Don't worry guys, I promise not to bring that cringe back. How's it going guys? It is Plastic Disasta and it's July. You know what that means? It's Heroes Month. This year, let's give the main heroes a break. Let's focus more on the allies, the friends, the brothers in arms. So today, let's take a look at the Gundam Sandrock custom from the Gundam Wing anime. Now before I get into the review, you're looking at the box, you're saying, hey, it's a P-Bandai kit. Wasn't the box supposed to be in monochrome color? Well, you're not wrong. One you're looking at right now, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe this is supposed to be like a reissue for like the US model builders. So thanks Bandai, we love you. So taking a look at the box art, on the right you see what the kit looks like when it's all put together, and on the left is Sandrock custom kicking ass. Take a look at this side of the box, we got the name in the front and rear shot of the model kit, and check out this side of the box, it's just the name again. After cracking open the box, we got 3 bags of runners and a manual, and just to quickly go over the manual, it looks like we have a few leftover parts, and since there's no awesome cover, and just by looking through it, I don't see anything that sticks out, or no color guide if you're planning on painting it. Psych, I'm an idiot, there's a color guide right down there. So starting off with runner A, it's going to be a multicolored runner. We got a big chunk of what looks like dark gray, we got small bits of red, some green, and a shade of yellow. Runners B1 and B2 are going to be for the gray parts, or the joint parts. Now, if you've been subscribed to me for a long while now, and if you have a sharp eye, you know that this runner is similar to the high grade heavy arms. Now, what's added to the Sandrock custom specifically is this little area right here for the gun, this little bit right here, and this little section right here of the runner. And that also means the articulation is going to be pretty similar to the heavy arms, so I don't have to go over it. Runner C1 and C2 are going to be for the white parts, and they're going to share this big chunk of a runner. Runner D1 is going to be the light gray parts, and runner D2 is going to be the effect parts for the heat shuttle. And finally, a small polycap runner and a color correction sticker. Now that's going to be it for the unboxing portion of the video. Now I've built the regular Sandrock before, but that's during my cringe era. And as you can see, I am doing it justice by doing a proper review, which I should have done years ago. So I'll put this kit together right now. I'll see you guys right after. Here's the Sandrock custom all put together, and not just put together. I did some detail painting and some top coat, and what used to be the shade of yellow, I hit it with this bad boy right here. And if you guys like it, if I go straight into the detail work rather than just showing you the bare plastic, let me know if I should do it more often. Moving on, the building experience, very simple if you're just going to do just a straight build, but at the same time, it does have really great color separations, even though you're just working with like a few runners. So moving on to seam lines, you do have these ones on the shoulder, and I would say it goes as a detail, but I don't think so. There's a seam line on the front and the back of the arms, and onto the lower legs you do have a seam line going up and down. Now however, the front does look fine because it can go as a detail. Moving on to the sticker placement, of course you got the eye sticker. This right here goes onto the forehead, this little circle right here goes onto the chest, and this little rectangle right here, it goes onto this little gun right here. These 4 little stickers, they go onto the shoulders, just pay attention which one goes to where. These 3 stickers, they go onto the side skirt, of course 1 each, and 1 onto the back skirt. Finally, these stickers right here goes onto the shield, and of course you're going to have to pay attention which side goes to where. So moving on to accessories, starting off with hand options. What you see on the kit are the weapon holding hands. You also have 2 open palm hands, and you have a different variation of the weapon holding hands with the thumb up, and it's on an angle. Next up, you have this little shield right here, and this little tab plugs onto your arm, and it can rotate. And you have the iconic accessories, the shuttle. I think I might have butchered that name. Now, if you want the heat up version, you're gonna have to take these parts out and replace it with this effect part. And for what's new, because it's basically a P-Bandai kit, you got 2 trigger figure hands, and it comes with a gun, which is basically an Uzi or an SMG, whatever you want to call it. And you got this stock, which folds out like that. And if you think about it, it kind of gives me some 8th MS Team vibes. Now, moving on to the leftover parts, because again, this is based off of the regular Sandrock. You got parts for the old backpack. You're just missing the little pieces that holds the shot holes and the thrusters. And speaking of holding the shot holes, I forgot to mention, you can plug these right there for weapon storage. It should look something like this. Next up, you have the original back skirt piece if you're not a fan of that little thruster right there. And you also have these little pieces if you don't like these little thruster vents on the shoulders. Earlier in the video, I did say I'll skip over the articulation, but I'll talk about what's different, because again, it is similar to the high grade after calling heavy arms. Now, of course, the head and neck joint is on a double ball joint, and I'm not sure if I do remember, but you do have like this swinging opening mechanism for the shoulders. And now for the heavy arms, I did complain how the arm raises is like, you know, pretty limited, but for the Sandrock, it can go that high up. Now for the ankle armor, the ball joint is actually attached to the back of this ankle right here. However, like the heavy arms, the ball joint of the ankle armor is attached to the side. And overall, the articulation on this kit is really great. You can pull out some really fun dynamic poses. I am moving on to size comparisons. Here it is right next to the standard size GM, and if you look really closely, the GM is just a smidge bit taller. Usually the Sandrock will be just a little shorter than that, because you know how 90s Gundams can be. They can be shorter than the standard size mobile suits. But hey, you know Bandai, they gotta improvise, right? And since we're talking about companion heroes, here it is right next to Bumblebee and Lego Robin. So that's gonna be it for the size comparisons. Let's move on to my final thoughts. Moving on to my final thoughts now, yes, it is a really great kit. However, if you already have the regular Sandrock, do you want to go for the Sandrock Custom? If it were me, hell yeah, go for it. Or if you're okay with just the regular one, hey, you know what, I don't blame you, because either way, you're both getting good kits anyways. Other than that, I got nothing but good things about this kit, so I recommend it. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. And I know the review is a bit half-assed because I didn't go over articulation. Again, because it's similar to the high-grade heavy arms. And the out-of-box presentation is pretty much absent because I just went ahead and go straight into the detail work. Then again, if you like how this goes, let me know down in the comments below. Also, if you're new here and want to see more content like this, be sure to subscribe so you won't miss out. Questions, concerns, comment down below. See you in the next one. Yes, I am aware there is the high grade endless walls version of the Sandrock Custom out. Now, am I crazy enough just to get it? Of course I am. But not now.